Well, just got home from our Great Lakes Jeep Jam event we just had for our local club. I was in Ohio for 2 days for the start of it, so I more or less just became a participant more than a volunteer. So I just had the final day today and some yesterday. Got there at 6:30 Friday night and played in the mud pit for a bit in the back of the campground. That's all I did there. Walked around vendors. Nothing I wanted for my Jeep. Um, and then got home around 10 o'clock and then woke up. Got there around noon this morning and pretty much had fun in the playground all day. $20 to get in. So I did all the easy, the medium, and the hard lines for 35-inch or bigger tires. No problem. Open diffs, no lockers, and didn't use the winch at all. Of course, they want you to not recover yourself. You use an excavator or another Jeep to help. I only got stuck twice in the mud pit, and on a bridge obstacle course they had. Mud pit made it through for the first time, no problem. But the second time they dig it deeper, and I was the first Jeep to go through, and I got stuck. So they winched me out from the front of the Jeep, and then the bridge. Fell off the bridge in the middle because I'm too skinny. I don't like a Wrangler's big tires and wide axles. I'm so skinny the passenger side fell off, and the bridge is pretty much front end of the Jeep's down. The bridge is right against my side, and the front bumper was digging in the hill mound. So hill mound bridge and then hill mound. So I fell off from the side, and mini excavator hooked onto here, picked me up, cradled me over. I'm so light, and I just drove forward with the back axle. So that's the only thing there happened. For damage wise, well, it's muddy. I'll have to wash it off tomorrow. I would do it now, but it's raining outside. I like working on. Yeah. Only damage I've really ever done was two things. My exhaust, it's all here. Didn't get lost, but it's got an exhaust leak somewhere, so I gotta find that out after it's clean. But my skid plate, my homemade skid plate, well, it's over there now. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to be over here. So, pretty much, it bent itself even past 180 degrees. So I got one bolt holding on. Actually, it should be 3 bolts. So it sheared 3 bolts off. On top of that, it bent 180 degrees. This part here should be flipped in like that. So somehow that bent. Check my exhaust if I have any noticeable openness. That's on. So somewhere else along the line it's leaking. Not sure where. I'll figure it out after it's clean. All that mud to clean off. But and the only other issues I ever had was electrical issues. Right after the mud pit. Drove fine. Went to get gas right after. At the Shell station, got gas. They actually had the lead fuel from old cars that cool. Put lead fuel in the Jeep. Of course, the fuel that's in the fuel line is already up here. That's old 89, and up here is the lead fuel. Lead fuel's like 40 cents more than actual gas, like almost $3.80 a gallon, but I lift jacks off, so it's much lighter. Yeah, it's a bit muddy. So I didn't want to start at the gas station. I tried all my tricks, jumping that water over there for the resistor, jumping box, the battery, even though it's a good battery, showing 12 volts, and then starting fluid, which it kind of helped. Wants to kick over, but not fully. Needs more voltage. So waited 10 minutes. One Jeep showed up, so you needed jump start. We jump started it, and no problem, started up. So something's going on. I think it's just a positive or negative cable going to the battery, which we think is the positive. Bad connection, and the cable size is too small in diameter. That's winch cable, and here's my starting cable. So small. Negative's about the same size as positive, just this one's just too small. Yeah, connection's a bit loose. That's all there. It'll still work. Shut the battery off. And it's running like heck outside. I think it's just wind. So, rock lights still work, kind of flickering, but kind of cool for this manifold shows. Quarter-inch of mud. The main thing that Dad's kind of worried about is my radiator. Obviously, the mud pit did its damage. Should put a screen in the front, which it's on the shelf over there. So the front of the radiator is obviously clogged up with mud. Got the rinse hose I had by the wash station, got some mud off, and by hand. There's still mud back here too. Not as bad, it's like you can see it's more open, but there's some mud here. And my other issue I'm noticing is my fan belt is loose. I can totally move it without moving the belt. I think I just need retension in my belt. But my alternator's just about maxed out, so it'll be in our bracket. So that's about it for the damage. It's done, but still dries fine. And almost out of gas as I'm coming home. So, burnt through pretty much a half, 3/4 tank, and today in one day in the off-road park. So, but oil pressure's good. The coolant was okay, even with the mud on the radiator. It was still fine. Was running my heater since by myself, so running the heater most of the day and let it more extend, push the hot air out. I don't know. Helped. I do think this rear cylinder right back here is having an issue. Every so often oil bubbles out here. On top of that, the spark plug just has black on it. The rest are all clean, so I think that rear cylinder is having an issue. Not sure what the case could be. So, I think that's lacking the issue why I'm only doing 45 miles per hour, because it's running on 3 cylinders, not 4. So I think that's my guess why it's running so slow. So at one point I was able to do 55, 50, 55. Now I'm doing 45 topped out. But that's the issue. Tight steer's starting to wear off. It's got its slop, but it is better at least. And steering a bit better. For back here in the mud pit of my cabin, I'm wearing boots now, not sneakers like I was. Fuel tank got full of gas from Ohio, 30 cents chance, about $3 a gallon, not $3.30. It's about half full. Only bringing tarp because I need to cover my bags and my gear. The heating top only does so much, so tarps come in handy. This tow rope got some abuse today. It's pulling JKs out, myself out, ATVs out. Little rope did ATV. This did all the Jeep recoveries. Yeah, I think it's only rated for 5,000 pounds. It worked. Jumper cables I used. Brought my sweater. It was cold on the way home even now, but it's all soaking wet because it's sitting on the very bottom of all my gear, and when the rain just slips off the tarp, yeah. So my sweater is useless. Starting to get a new bottle. Our radio's been working fine. And then Grandma, she gave me cookies. Well, it's almost gone. For my Flight Fest I go to every year. I went there Wednesday nights. Stayed till Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday around 2 o'clock I left. Then I got home for Jeep Jam. So I went down to Fight Fest, brought snacks and food and for camp, and been snacking on it since then. Went down there Friday before I left to come home and bring the Jeep home. So I'm selling my airplanes, so I sold every single airplane I had, gear, radio, batteries. I'm done with RC Hobby. So pretty much $1,000, bought everything. So 4 guys came around, 1 guy bought me out what's left. Still got a few stuff down in the basement to get some local friends. I can use them part wise. So now my new hobby now is, well, the Jeep. Still might be selling the Jeep, doing our Jeep more of my needs and liking, and better fuel economy and more off-road, more camping built. Or I'm thinking of building an electric car because I'm tired of paying $60 a week in fuel for my cop car down below, a 2014 Ford. 20 miles a gallon, it's about $60 a week in fuel. So I'm getting tired. I go to work 6 days a week, so it adds up. So it's like either I build a new car, not totally new, but homemade, reverse strike. So it's got 2 front tires and 1 back tire. It's going to be front wheel drive, but running on 1 motor. It's a bunch of motor, a transaxle from my Volkswagen to the front tires. And then the back tire is just a back tire. And I have some Nissan Leaf batteries, about $2,000 in batteries. And then everything else is just custom made. So custom made body out fiberglass, plexiglass windows, race bucket seats, aluminum chassis. So that's that one concept. They're talking $8,000-$10,000 build to do it right. Or my other option is still sell the Jeep to get some cash in my pocket to build something else. On the overlanding still, playing go join Trevor and I am Jake and Doc Jeep. I don't know. Do some overlanding adventures. In this Jeep, it won't work. Tent, a cot, I'm good to go, but it's not practical for a long distance journey overlanding. So, my new idea is I want to get a CJ8 Scrambler, 2 front seats, put a half cab so I'm protected, and an open bay, and have a truck bed and put a rooftop tent. That's the idea. But they're hard to find, expensive, and it's still only like a Danny 44, probably 60, I'm not sure what it is. Straight 6, V6 motor, V8 maybe, still not powerful enough. So my idea is I have a few of my friends locally, he collects Dodge 3/4 ton trucks, and he's got a few laying around the yard. No titles, but I can make it work in PA. So my idea is to get a 3/4 ton Dodge Power Wagon from the 50s. They're solid frames, 3/4 ton. Oh, leaf spring. I like leaf spring. Clothes are nice, but I like leafs. Simpler. It's got 1 ton axles, or 3/4 ton, but about 1 ton. They're still strong. Stock tires are like 38, 40-inch tires, stock. Mud trains already, so tires are fine on it. Transfer case, I think it's like 5-speed, low and high range also, and it's got a PTO shaft for front and rear. Rear, I don't know what to use it for, but the front, run a winch, which that comes standard with a 10,000, 20,000 pound winch. Not sure, but it's already got a winch. Motor, it's got a straight 6, not sure, but yeah, straight 6. Flathead. So my idea is to get rid of the motor. It's a good motor, trusted, old school, but for distance and travel, I want it more reliable. So I'm thinking about LS swap, 1 or 2 model, or a Cummins diesel turbo. Do that. Dual battery setup. So that's that. For body, it's a Dodge chassis, but still cheaper here. So my idea is to probably get a JK, go from a salvage yard, frame shop, but I don't know what, Confire, I don't care. So I need fenders, the grill, the hood, and the firewall. And maybe just past the doors. From this point back on a JKU, 2-door, 4-door. And a slicer right here, put that body on top of the Dodge. And then from back here, you do a nice half cab, so it's all heated, protected. And a long bed, however long it comes to be, I think it should be like 6-8 foot bed. That's long enough to sleep inside. But I do want to do a rooftop tent just because it's collapsible, more room at night. Underneath you could be all your fridges, your storage, your water, extra fuel, recovery gear. That's plenty. And the 3/4 ton, you can tow trailers too, of its own weight. So I can tow a trailer if I ever need to be, but for the setup, I shouldn't have to. And it should be a metal roof, open top. I don't know. That's my idea. but so I can't start on that till I sell the Jeep, CG, Hawkeye. Can't start till I sell this, and then go find a chassis and a JK to work from. I don't know. That's the plan I'm thinking about doing. But good setup, worn winch cases are all properly done. Got Ultimate battery, which is still working excellent, except for other stuff that's having issues. Like this cable. These lights from Oxbeam, they work. They're not bright, they work. Work lights and just for show for car shows. But for Jeep shows, it's kind of not the best. Good idea for adding USB ports. There's 2 ports, but I only ever use one. I'll have to get a better design. But rocker switches, I wish I did a better design. But again, first Jeep, first adventures. Learn as I go, and things to improve. Next build, know what to do. Be more focused on what I'm trying to go for. Like this, I restored it to be restored. Restored it next, we make it military. Moved it onto overlanding theme. Which then I realized my old 4-cylinder can't go overlanding, and the weight and the room to sleep inside. And then pure off-road with a worn winch and new suspension for off-road. And then I realized my tires are not the best for off-roading. They're more for military show use, not in the mud or snow. Well, they are snow tires, but mainly rock crawling. Can't enter town. 45 psi, air down to 15-20, you're still like stiff wall, 4-ply tire. So, but today in the mud, they held up excellent. Again, the mud pit, 4 foot deep, mud this high, no problem. So now it's between now and whenever, and it's now to clean the Jeep up, detail it, touch up paint. I got brand new steering parts down below in the box, put on everything but the steering box that you rebuilt. So there's some slop on all the tie rods parts. Nothing else in here to replace. What else do I need to replace? I put on most of the new parts down below. But up here, let's check. I saved these off the parts Jeeps. I might need them. I might. That's it. Nothing else I need to put on. This new steering. Yeah, skid plate. The main skid plate's okay, which I got a spare one over there. Spare skid plate. I don't need to use it. So I gotta bend that back, clean the Jeep up, new steering, and then touch up paint and sell. Alrighty, end the video. It's an 18-minute video. It's been a while since, like, I think the last video was an XJ flexing on a car show. I'll probably toss in some off-road videos from the event on my phone. The rest of it will be on Facebook and Instagram, but YouTube I've been lacking. So, any damage from back here? No body damage. Exhaust pipe, I know I crushed it a little bit more, but it's fixable. Just curious where that exhaust leak is. Soft top was coming loose. That's tight. Tight, okay, that's odd. Alrighty, thanks for watching. That's it for update and a little aftermath of the event and getting all muddy.